Hello YouTube, hope you're doing great. I'm doing fine, thank you. Today I'd like to review this book. Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote this book. It's called Wishes Fulfilled, Mastering the Art of Manifesting. It's a great book. Why? Because it really teaches you how you can manifest any dream with no limits. There is no limit to what you can do. There is no limit to what you can achieve. Or, if you want to become something different, or if you want to transform your life, the only thing is that there are rules, because it's a world of rules, this one where we're living right now. So everything you want to do, you want to achieve, has to be, you have to go through a certain process to be able to achieve things, to be able to transform things, including yourself, your life. So let's see this book now. It's great. This book, it's unbelievable. It's a book that I am going to read again and again, because it's one of those books, right, that you feel like really good about after reading it, because it's like giving you really a sense of self. In fact, in the first part of the book, chapter 1, 2, and 3, Dr. Wayne is explaining and emphasizing the self. So he's talking about the higher self, and he's explaining to you that there is a part of you that is the ego, and a part of you that is God, because God is who you really are. We are all connected, right? Everything is connected, and you are a small part of everything, so you are connected too. So the first part of the book talks about your higher self, and it really gives you the experience, because you will really experience by reading this first part how to feel that part of you that is more divine, and how to distinguish the two parts, the ego and the God within you, and how to work with them. The second part of the book develops in chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and is really giving you the foundations, 5 foundations of how to fulfill your wishes. The most important ingredient in all this is imagination, okay? You need to be able to get in touch with your higher self. Through your imagination, you can create anything you want, because your higher self will deliver. So in the first foundation, the first Wishes Fulfilled foundation, is using your imagination. So it really tells you everything about imagination. It'll explain to you a lot about imagination and how you can get in touch with your imagination, imagining things you want for your life, or imagining changes if you want to go through a new change, if you want to change your lifestyle, if you want to find something, if you want to get to a certain level of understanding, to become maybe a scientist, a new president of the United States. I'm just saying, if you want to transform your life, if you want to become something that you are not right now. So everything is put it into the imagination. Imagining is everything, is the foundation of everything. So it talks to you about that, how to use your imagination. Imagination is like to me, it's like a both. And now, following this book, following the principle of it, that is teaching you here, imagination is like, I would say, you have a wish, and it's within you. Now you can see it in your mind and imagining this place you want to go with your life, or things you want to do or become, whatever. And it's all in the future, right? There's nothing yet. It's all in the future. Now imagine to be, now this is my imagination thinking of this, but to give you an idea of what he's saying here. Imagine to be the captain of your own boat, and imagine that this boat is magic. You don't have to touch it. As you think, the boat goes in that direction. Now you're thinking about beautiful things for your life. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to be there, you want to change this. Okay, now your boat is like your subconscious mind is not able to really distinguish what's right from what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, what's big, what's medium, what's small, what's tall, short, fat. It doesn't judge. It doesn't know anything. It's absolutely ignorant of all that. It doesn't know all those things the logic knows. All it knows is to deliver. It delivers. So everything that you put your attention in, and everything that you're focusing for so long, it thinks it's hearing a message because you're repeating that message to yourself. For example, let's say a negative message. I'm afraid of something, or I'm worried about something, whatever. You insist on that, right? You insist on that every day as you wake up and as you go to sleep and during the day, of course. Now, this both, remember, representing in my metaphor your subconscious mind that doesn't have any judgment. It doesn't know what's real and what's not. It's just delivering what you focus on. This boat is starting to say, I think I can hear the message. Can you repeat it a few more times, please? I think it's almost totally clear that you are complaining about something, or that you are unhappy about something, or that you are scared or afraid or worried about something. It's almost clear now, but you have to repeat it a few more times, and you wake up and you continue to live your life like that. Oh my God, I have to pay the bills. This is too expensive now. I don't have this. I wish I had that. Okay, the boat says, I think I got it now. You said that loud enough, and you're repeating this like a mantra. Okay, I'll give it to you. Don't worry. I have plenty of it. Now you're both from going to the direction where you wanted to go with your imagination of a beautiful place and time. Is changing direction. Is going now to another island, the island of worries and fears and things like that. So now the both, your subconscious mind is delivering, is materializing everything that is within you. It's what you really feel. Outside of you, in the world outside of you, it's reflected. So now, in direct proportion to what you feel, you see things happening and manifesting around you. Oh my God, you say, this is worst. People are suing me. I'm getting a fine, or an accident just happened. Now you're getting more things that you don't like to attract, more things that you are afraid of. Why? Because that's what you're telling your subconscious mind, and your both is not you, is not your command. You are in command. So the both is only doing what you say, and is not thinking. Is a real good servant, because he's not even judging what you choose. He's not even saying, oh, you shouldn't think that. He's just really only giving you everything you're focusing on. Now, this both goes where you want it to go. And that's why he's talking about imagination. How important it is to imagine things, to make them real, to make them manifest. And that's the first foundation. Imagination is so powerful. And it talks about that a lot. Then we have on chapter 5, the second wish fulfilled foundation is live from the end. Live from the end. Live from the end means that when you have imagined what you want for the future, whatever change you want to see, you need to really feel it. What you do to feel it? You gotta feel it within. You can't just think of it. Okay, now I'm thinking of this house, but it's not happening because you're not feeling it. How do you feel it? You have to imagine that whatever you want is already happened. Because just think for a moment, if you had won the lottery and you had like $500 million right now, it's hard to think how you feel, right? But at least you can get an idea. Start from there, get an idea, and every day train yourself like the actors, of a play. They give you a script, you are the actor, and it's your first day. You got your script. It's your first day. You're receiving the script, and you're like, oh wow, I like those lines. It's really a good character. I feel it. I feel it. I can do it. But it's my first day, and I need to feel those lines. Just by reading those lines doesn't mean that I'm feeling them yet. So what you do, if you don't prepare yourself, you just memorize lines, words without feeling them, all you do is a dead performance, because people can sense that you are not feeling the things you are saying, your lines. So what you do every day, you need to train your mind. You have to say those lines until something happens. And you don't know when it happens, but you trust that it happens. And you continue to do that. It's the law of repetition that make magic happen. Then one day, through repeating every day those lines, I have this beautiful house now. Wow. Every day you repeat this, your subconscious mind is starting to believe it. It's like when you are the captain of the same boat we were talking about, and you're telling the boat, which is your subconscious mind, I see a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house. Just an example in my mind, and I see it. Oh wow. And you see the details, and you imagine every detail. Now you want to put your feelings there. Every day you can customize in your mind a little detail of this house, and every day you can see the previous details again, more enriched also of your feelings. So feeling happy is not just feeling happy about the things you want to realize, but it's training yourself and telling yourself with that image in your mind how happy you really feel in your bones, in your blood, in your veins, about, inside of you, in your heart. The emotion, your senses to touch this thing, to smell it, to feel it. With all your senses, with all your heart. It's not just a blueprint anymore. Now it's taking life. As you start doing that, eventually something magic happens and your subconscious mind start to believe. So the both that we were talking about before, that doesn't judge, it doesn't know what's real from what is not real, is going where you direct to go. It's going in the magic island where everything for you is becoming real, and it manifests in the real world. See, you're only telling the mind, this is what I like. And you are training yourself to feel those feelings of liking it and loving it, not just the blueprint, the pictures, forms, colors are there for you. But you need to add something that comes from your higher self, from God within you, from your inspiration, or as he talks about inspiration, he says inspiration is like to be in spirit. So you need to add that little touch of magic, life, into those forms, blueprints, colors, or whatever. As you do that, you bring the life, the soul to this imaginated thing that you want to find in your outside world. And that goes in proportion. So the outside world is directly proportionally, how do you say, manifesting as you feel within. So as you feel within, you're projecting outside what you feel, and what you see outside is a reflection all around you of what you feel within. So what you see, it's what you feel. What you see is what you feel. Remember that, okay? And that's great. So this is the imagination, live from the end as if it was already here. Chapter 5 tells you to really focus on something that is already happened, because that. So you give it a life with emotion. Okay, so start from the end. Start from feeling that something already happened. And you train yourself to believe that by practicing every day the affirmation as if it was already here. You can't say, I will be healthy, because your logic that is always there with your divinity next to the higher self is telling you, sorry, logic goes from A to B only. Imagination is infinite thoughts, And the logic is telling you, hey. You're saying, I will be rich. You're saying, I will have this. I will change that. I will do this. I will do that. But it's not here yet. Everything you're talking about is in the future, and the future is not here yet. And the past is gone. What do you have here right now? Nothing. So don't listen to recognize the ego, because you need to recognize it. Catch yourself up. Don't make yourself wrong. Don't yell at him. Love him, because it serves you in other ways. And tell him, hey, you know what? I have a choice. It's not just you. You know that? I have a choice. I have a choice between you and my higher self. Sometimes I can think through you, and sometimes I can think through the higher self. So right now I choose to think through the higher self. If you allow me to do that, I'll be very happy. And that you cannot understand. That's why I ask you to step out for a minute. I don't want to disrespect you. Now that makes sense to logic. It says, well, I don't understand the higher self. It's all BS, because I don't understand it. I'm the logic. But you are making sense right now. Okay. So there you go. And then you can focus on what? You just focus on the things you want to focus on, your creativity, your imagination. You're thinking of the future as if it was already here, for the things you want to realize and manifest in your outside world. Now you are talking to your higher self and to your ego. And you are dealing with both, and you are negotiating with your ego, so that the ego, even though don't understand you thinking for the future, and don't believe that because it didn't happen, and it only believes in things that can prove and see, will accept you for saying, you don't understand it. I'm not forcing you to do that. Trust me. I just need you to step outside for a moment. I need to be with my higher self right now. So there is nothing more beautiful. And then the ego has to step outside, and you start believing, or make yourself believe every day a little bit more, that you are happy for what you are going to achieve. And as you do that, your subconscious mind will start believing for real. And as you believe it, you see it realized in your life, just like the actor. Now it's my let's say 3rd month that I am doing the same 5 lines. I really believe those lines now. Before, it was the first day. Remember, first day I got the lines. I have to make myself believe those beautiful lines. Now it's been 3 months I've been reciting those lines. I don't need to memorize nothing. I know them. They are within me. Okay, now I can really work with these lines. I can deliver the message because it's within. I am the message. I am the lines now. See? That's what I mean. You have to start from the end. And that's what he's trying to tell you. Feel that you're already there, and that you're already there. And then you'll see it happening outside when you less expect it. It will happen when you don't expect it. Chapter 6. The 3rd wishes fulfill foundation is feeling it. And I already talked about that. And chapter 7, the 4th wish fulfill foundation is your attention, please. So, your attention, please. If you put in your mind, let's say, just to make an example, I tell you, focus on a color, red. And I talk to you for an hour or 2 hours, or maybe 10 hours about the color red. and I tell you everything I can possibly tell you about the color red, what happens? Okay, now you go, and I say bye, go, and you go on the street, and you see a red car, and you notice, oh wow, a red car. Then you go see your friends, and you notice your friend that has a beautiful red t-shirt. Oh wow, you notice red now everywhere you go. You're driving, oh my god, look, the light turned red. You know what I mean? You're noticing red now everywhere. So this is just an example. Whatever is that you put in your mind and you put attention to it, it will manifest. So if you are always preoccupied with the same problems, what is too expensive now, before was almost nothing. I have to pay my mortgage. I have to do this. I don't have that. I need it. I suffer. I'm sick. Now all these things are becoming real for you even more, because you are putting your attention and your focus on those things, and you find them again and again, just like the red color, and again and again and again. And just like the boat, the magic boat, your boat is going where you putting your attention, to that bad island with only bad things and worse things happens. So when you find yourself even in a crisis that is even more intense, is because you're manifesting without realizing it. You're manifesting. Everything that is outside of you is being manifested, because as you feel that intensity of being unhappy, a discomfort with yourself, it automatically it's manifested in the outside world. It takes form through maybe somebody had an accident, or you have an accident, or it doesn't have to be that. It can be anything. Oh my God, I got a fine. I didn't know. It came through the mail. How come I never saw this in my window on the car? Oh, I missed this, or other things. Surprisingly, you feel like, oh my God, what's happening? The world is crashing. Oh my God, this is happening. And you get even more intensely agitated. And so I think you got the idea. This book is wonderful because it's really explaining those concepts. It's really telling you where you can start and where you're gonna get, if you choose to think with one mind or with another mind, with the subconscious mind, with the higher self, or with the ego. Two different personalities that live with you for as long as you're on this earth. So you need to also know how to have a conversation with those two parts of yourself. And then we have in chapter 8, the 5th wish fulfilled foundation. Now I lie me down to sleep. And there it explained to you how you can do certain meditations and certain visualizations. When we go to sleep is the most powerful time, because it's almost like dying in a way, because we go to a spiritual world. We go in the world of our personal dimensions of belief system, where we see, personal symbols, and they mean what they mean to us in our world of sensations and feelings, where we continuously feel a certain way. We'll see an image or something happen in our dream. Our dream is that place where we go spiritually to feel. So it really teaches you how you can relax yourself to the point that you you keep those beautiful wishes within you, especially before falling asleep. And when you go to sleep, before falling asleep, you need to remember all the beautiful things you want to remember of these principles. You need to do your meditations, your visualizations, yes. But if you remember to do some of these visualizations with the feeling, especially before falling asleep, 5 minutes before, that is very powerful, because everything that we hold in our mind and in our heart 5 minutes before falling asleep, where we are like drowsy and almost going to sleep, they will last with you for like 8 hours. in that moment. Then you go to sleep, and they sink. This information that you're holding sinks right away in the subconscious mind. Now the subconscious mind and the conscious mind are together now because you're asleep, so everything is relaxed. Now they're together, and in your dreams you can only see and feel more of those feelings of the last 5 minutes of thinking and imagining and feeling before you fell asleep. See what I'm saying? So chapter 9, making it all come together. Making it all come together, it really is really wonderful. It's a surprise. I don't want to tell you about it. It's really wonderful because after you read the book, you get to the last chapter, you really feel like, wow, wow. So anyway, this is a great book again. How you can materialize anything you want to materialize, good or bad. I wish and I hope is only good. Through you be in charge of yourself and your thoughts and your feelings, not the people you know, not the things and the events outside of you, but you. You are the captain of your boat, remember? Not anyone else. And this is your private inner world, remember? So you have your own fantasies, your own creativity there that you want to bring to life. Remember, you have to have a blueprint, you have to have colors, you have to have shapes, you have to have thoughts. But most important, you have to give it life, because you cannot just have that. It's like having a cake without decorations. You need a good cake first, because decorations alone don't mean nothing. You have to have first a good base, a good foundation, a good desire. And then you can put the decorations. You can imagine, you can use your imagination to work on details even more and believe it. Then you have to have this feeling and put its soul into your object or your idea. Put the soul by imagining that you already have it and that it's already happened. Put your joy, your senses there. And do this every day and every time you can. And then you have to remember, because a lot of times you hear people outside in your world that will tell you things that will make you feel discouraged about your dreams. And there, the ego will go with them and will say, yes, they're right. What do you think? You can do that? Really? Huh. You're crazy. How? Tell me how. And then there will be all the doubts and everything. So remember, that will happen. Just catch yourself. Just find the moment to think, okay, now I realize that my ego is taking place. People is telling me this, people is telling me that. It's not their fault. They just believe what they believe. It's not that. It's not a personal thing. It's that I am starting to lose my power of magnetizing, of attracting to me the things I want, because every time that you stop believing for a second, that power goes away. So you have to catch yourself right away as soon as you realize it, and catch yourself up and say, wait a minute, ego, please, the exit is over there. Can you come back later? Right now, I really want to stay with what I feel and what I believe. And you have to really be strong there. You have to really make it a point that you want to be with your desires and your ideas for the future, as they were already here now, as those things were already here now. So you want to be with this feeling that is always a lovely feeling, and it's beautiful, it's strong. And don't let anybody or anything make you feel different from that. If you start feeling different from that, if you start feeling a little bit scared or worried, then you have to know that there is something going on, and the ego is starting to push you, is starting to play games with you, and you have to catch yourself up right away, and you have to get back into that joy again of knowing that what you want is already in your life now. Remember, the mind doesn't know what to do in the present. There is nothing in the present time for the mind. The mind can only travel in the past or in the future. But the past is gone, is not here anymore, and the future is not here yet. So the mind will only and always tell you to do things or to think of things that they are not here right now. If you are present in meditation, then you have the chance, the great chance to feel your higher self, your divinity, and you can talk to it, you can communicate with it. It's listening to you. It might not respond right away, but it's listening to you. Everything is listening to you. So when you talk to yourself, remember to tell yourself positive things, okay? Remember to tell yourself how happy you are because you already have the things you want, because you are already who you want to be, because the transformation you want to make is already happened. Feel it. It's beautiful. And just live in this parallel reality where what is going on right now, it's nothing yet, and where the things you want to happen are not here yet, but they are in your mind, in your imagination, in your heart. So live with those two realities, the reality of now and the reality of the future, as if it was one reality, and you already have achieved everything. And feel that joy. And basically that's what you have to do. So go ahead and purchase this book. Read it. It's really great. If you click the link below, you can go straight to the source and get the book. Don't waste your time. This is great. The sooner you find out about those truths, the sooner your dream will come true. And good luck. Good luck to you.